Hello everyone, I am Dr. Abha Kumari, Assistant Professor, Nirmala College, Ranchi. Today we are going to start a new topic, and that is from the mechanics. And this one come from BSc semester 4, paper is CC 9. So let us first see what this statics means. So statics is an old branch of mechanics, and if the system of forces acting on a body is balanced, the body experiences no external effect and is in equilibrium. And the problem is one of statics. Okay. So the statics is the branch of mechanics which deals with the equilibrium of bodies, that is, the forces acting on the body produces no motion in the body. So here we deal with the problems when the body is in equilibrium. Okay. So let us first see the first chapter is coplanar forces. So today we will start coplanar forces. Okay. So coplanar forces, what we mean by the coplanar forces? The coplanar forces means the force is in a plane. So what this means, the force is in a plane? So that is, all points of application are inside that plane, and that all forces are running parallel to that plane. When several forces act on a body, then they are called force of system. Okay. And or a system of forces. Fine. So in a system in which all the forces lie in the same plane, the very important, lie in the same plane, then it is known as coplanar force system. Okay? Is it okay to you all? Fine. So the force are either having a common line of action or intersecting at a common point. This is very important, that the points are having common line of action or intersecting at a common point. Okay. So a force of system may be coplanar or non-coplanar, isn't it? So if in a system of forces, all the forces lie in different plane, then the force system is known as non-coplanar. So is it clear to you all what is coplanar and non-coplanar? Coplanar means when the system lie on the same plane, and non-coplanar when the system of forces, all forces which is acting on a body, is lie on in a different plane, then it is known as non-coplanar. So here, if it is same, then coplanar. If it is different, then non-coplanar. Okay. So let's proceed. So here the coplanar forces must divided into 4 parts. So here the force system is, first we get coplanar and non-coplanar, and then the coplanar we have the collinear, concurrent, then parallel, okay, then non-concurrent or non-parallel. This one. So collinear, concurrent, parallel, and non-concurrent, that means non-parallel. While if we have the non-coplanar, then we have concurrent, then parallel, and non-concurrent. Here we won't get the collinearity, isn't it? So the difference between the coplanar and non-coplanar is what? In coplanar we get the collinearity, while in the non-coplanar we won't get a collinearity. Fine. Let us see the first theorem from this chapter. The theorem is condition for a particle to be at rest. Okay, at rest in contact with a smooth curve in a plane. So let us see the proof. So to prove this theorem, first we draw a graph figure. So see this figure here, OX and OY be the x-axis and the y-axis respectively. Then let P be a point xy on the curve under the action of forces. Okay, whose components along the axis be x and y. Fine. And let capital R be the normal reaction at the point P. This R is the normal reaction at the point P on the particle. Fine. And let tangent at P makes an angle psi with the x-axis. Fine. So this is the graph. Now we know that tan psi is what? dy by dx. So that we have sin psi equal to dy by ds, and here is cos psi. Okay, this one is your cos psi. This is your cos psi. Sorry. Here this one is your cos psi. Fine. Okay. I hope you all understand, because there is a light reflection of light here in this board. So this is cos psi. Cos psi is what? Dx by ds. Fine. And let arc AP equal to S. Okay, I have taken this arc AP. This one is your A and this one is your P. So this arc AP is your S. Now for the equilibrium revolving along and perpendicular to the tangent at P, we have, what we have here is x cos psi plus y sin psi equals to 0 and x sin psi minus y cos psi equals to capital R. So where this concept come from? This concept is come from the two-dimensional geometry. Fine. So this is well known to you all. So I have just written this condition. Okay. Now we have cos psi is what? Dx by ds. So just put it this value here. So that is x into dx by ds plus y into dy by ds equals to 0. Naming this equation as equation number 1. And again we have x into dy by ds. From here we get a dy by ds. And here it is minus y dx by ds equals to capital R. Put this as equation number 2. So here the equation number 1 gives a condition for a particle to be at rest. Fine. So 1 is the condition for the particle to be at rest in contact with a smooth curve. While the equation number 2 gives the reaction at the point where the particle is in contact with the curve. So here is the theorem. So this one is very, very important. So you all know these two conditions, that is x cos psi plus y sin psi equals to 0 and x sin psi minus y cos psi equals to R. So whenever we use the problems to solve, we use these equations. So next one is next theorem is, if each forces of a coplanar system be rotated through an angle theta in the same sense, then their resultant is also rotated through the same angle. Okay, so let's prove this theorem. So to prove this theorem, let us first see what we have needs. We need some angle. Why? Because this is the problem for the rotation, and rotation through some angle. So let that angle be phi and phi dash be the angle made by the resultant with the x-axis before and after rotation. Okay, so we have tan phi equal to what? Y by x, and tan phi dash equals to y dash by x dash. Now tan phi dash equals to y dash by x dash, and since phi dash, y dash and x dash is after rotation, so we get the value of y dash as y cos theta plus x sin theta, and x dash as x cos theta minus y sin theta. Again we are using the equation from two-dimensional geometry, that is transformation of x's. Okay, so now this will become y by x. Now x is taken a common from the first line, so here we have y by x cos theta plus sin theta divided by, again we are taking the x common, so we have cos theta minus y by x sin theta. Now by solving this value, we have tan phi into cos theta. We are putting the value of y by x here. So this is tan phi into cos theta plus sin theta divided by cos theta minus tan phi into sin theta. Then this will become tan phi plus tan theta. We are dividing both numerator and denominator by cos theta. So we are having the value here as tan phi plus tan theta divided by 1 minus tan phi into tan theta. And this is the formula for tan phi plus theta. Okay, so I have written here tan phi plus theta. So by equating both these equations, here is tan phi and now tan theta plus phi. So we are having here phi dash equals to phi plus theta. So here in this way I have proved this theorem. Okay, so next day we will come with some more theorems and more problems. Thank you all.